So I hear you're lazy. I hear you're lazy AF, and that's okay. We don't shame. But I've also heard that you want your dream life and you're tired of not getting the things that you want. So how do you get what you want when you're lazy? So let's spill the tea on how you can get your dream life without grinding yourself to death. Cheers in Brazilian soda. Tip number 1 is watch TV shows about the life you want. The easiest way to reprogram your brain for success and for finding things you want so that you go towards what you want, the lazy way, is to start watching TV shows about people that live lives that you want to live. If you want to be a city girl, watch Sex and the City. If you want to be a housewife, watch Desperate Housewives. If you want to have a really swanky London apartment or whatever, watch, I don't know, London real estate programs. I bet you're spending a lot of your time at home when you get home from work or you get home from school or in general, just watching TV. And there's actually nothing wrong with watching TV if you're watching stuff that's going to make you pick up on habits or details or things that you can learn that are a part of the environments that you want to be a part of. There's nothing wrong with watching a little bit of TV. If the movies or the shows teach you something that you can use to broaden your horizon and understand that you can ask for more, you can be more. If you're just watching reality TV that is extremely negative all the time and talking smack about everybody, that's a fast track to getting more of that. Here's some movies I can recommend that you watch if you're also into movies and you want to change your life and you want to lacy your way into your dream life. About Time, Last Holiday, The Holiday, Emily, and there's so much more. If you want me to actually make a whole list, leave it in the comment section. I'll make a whole list about movies that can actually change your perspective and you can just sit back, relax, and eat snacks while you watch them. Second thing is listen to podcasts instead of reading a bunch of books. You need to learn stuff, but you can squeeze 2 things into one. I'm a lazy girl when it comes to getting stuff read, but I like to go on walks while I listen to audiobooks or podcasts that teach me stuff, which means I can literally go out shopping, just like walk around shopping for 3 hours and I'll have read like half a book or something. And you can also speed them up. You can speed up the books so that you listen a little faster, especially if you're an ADHD girly and you want to like get a little brrr in your brain. You need to maximize your time, but you can learn while being lazy. You don't need to pick up a whole book and sit and be like, if you don't have the patience for it. Set off a day when you go shopping and listen to an audiobook. You can do everything while you're listening to an audiobook. You can literally just lie at home and you can just go shopping. You get cardio and intelligence in one. Number 3 is stop being so caught up in perfectionism. The reason why you're probably lazy and don't want to do anything and don't want to attempt anything and want an easy way out is probably because you're low-key scared of making moves in case they don't work out. Newsflash. A lot of the things you're going to try out are not going to work out, but that's a whole part of learning what you like and what you don't like. If you want to be successful, whether that's with writing a book, being on social media, whatever it is you're trying to do, the lazy way of becoming successful is doing it for the fun of it, doing it because it's like a joke. That's the lazy way, because before you know it, you will actually be so much better because you are not putting a bunch of pressure on yourself to try to be perfect the first time around. It's kind of like not knowing that you're getting really good at a video game because it's just fun that you're playing the game. And then you're playing it with someone new who's never played it and you're realizing, oh, I'm actually pretty good. But I had fun doing this, so I wasn't pressuring myself into being really good. That's why you need to let go of your perfect self and understand this. It is better for you to fail as the version of yourself you want to be than it is for you to be perfect and be the good version of the version that you don't want to be anymore, the version that you've always been. Fail your way to success. And it's also a great way to learn. Like, okay, it's not perfect, but I'm still going to put myself out there. I'm going to do it for the fun of it, not because I'm trying to be perfect or anything. Who knows? Maybe someone sees you singing, dancing, doing videos on the internet, and they're like, we should hire this person to do this and this and that, because they don't see all of the anxiousness that you're feeling. That's usually what leads us to be lazy. It's actually because we're paralyzed by fear of trying something new and doing something different. Just do it for the fun of it. Do it for the heck of it. Sing because it's fun. Dance because it's fun. Make videos because it's fun, not because you're perfect. And you'll see, like in a year after just having put out videos, you'll probably have gotten a lot of views and your videos have become so much better. You do not learn anything by not doing it. You have to do it. Like, you learn how to ride a bike by riding a bike, even if you fall a bunch of times. Focus on your looks instead of trying to become the smartest, bravest, best person. And you might say, Talia, that's freaking toxic. Focusing on my looks. You're the one who asked for freaking lazy hacks on trying to get your dream life. And a lot of the times, there's nothing wrong with being lazy. When you understand you're not being lazy, you're just being strategic. Us women especially have this idea that unless we're super efficient and always trying to prove up to everybody how good we are, how many things we can figure out, and how much we can do for everybody and their mom, if we're not doing that all the time, if we're not burning ourselves out, then we're lazy. When you start focusing a little more on your looks, doing a little extra makeup, maybe wearing extra feminine clothes, a little extra jewelry, maybe getting your nails done. I'm not a good example right now. When you dress the way that your future self or your dream self would dress, like you being taken care of, how would you dress if you were completely taken care of? How would you dress if you had a husband with a powerful job? How would you dress if you were a full-time content creator? Whatever it is you're trying to achieve, if you start dressing like the version of you that has that life, life will naturally push you towards that life. And you won't have to do as much of the brain work. You won't have to facilitate so much. You can actually be lazy with it because you can just walk out into the world and people will see you and they'll assume that you live the life that you're trying to live. And then before you know it, you'll have that life. And you might say, well, people should be able to take me for who I am. This is my true self. I'm not going to change the way I dress. Your true self is the version of you that has the life that you want so that you're not stressed out, which means that you're probably not there yet. Understand that if you don't make an effort with how you show up, and that doesn't mean being a Victoria's Secret model, by the way, it's going to be harder for society to figure out what you want. Society is very visual, which is why it is an absolute cheat code to use your looks instead of trying to argue your way to the life you want. It's called using actions over words. And it's a true lazy girl hack to getting the life you want. And you're also going to be able to be lazier in the long run. Because when you get into the habit of making sure you look good, it's just going to feel effortless for you. And people will accommodate you in that way so that you can always focus on that because you bring value for just being you. And then you're not forced to always perform and be stressed out and be burned out. Number next is stop talking to everybody and their mom. Are you really lazy if you can get yourself to text everybody and their mom about every little choice you make? No, you're not. Lazy girls actually win when they're truly lazy, which means they don't even want to bother trying to ask everybody about their opinion because that's too much of a hassle. It's too much of a stress. You cannot qualify yourself as a lazy girl. You are constantly Snapchatting, constantly texting, constantly asking everybody, should I do this? Should I say this? Should I buy this? If you constantly need to talk to everybody about your choices and whatever you've got going on in here, you're not lazy, you're obsessed. And you're gonna end up being burned out because the choices you make are gonna be based on other people's opinions instead of letting yourself sit with your own energy, realizing what it is that you actually want. You're not going to be able to be lazy in the long run because one day you're going to run into a wall having realized that you actually needed to make these choices for yourself. And sharing everything with everybody was not healthy. A lazy girl is someone who could not care less what people think about what she does, which means she's not going to rely on people's opinion. She's just going to do what she wants to do. And if people don't like that, then you know what? I'm too lazy to try to deal with you. If you don't like it, then you can just exit. It's called being unbothered and it's called being detached. And the last thing that's gonna make you get your dream life, even if you're really lazy, is dream scroll instead of doom scroll. I know we all end up doom scrolling once in a while. We all love spending a couple hours just sitting on the toilet looking at TikTok. We all do it, and there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. But a good way for you to actually focus on what you do want instead of what you don't want, because focusing on what we don't want will actually give us more of what we don't want. That's the law of attraction. If we want to figure out more of what we do want, a great way to get more inspired and be more in tune with the things you want is to use Pinterest. Doom scroll on Pinterest. Look at pictures. Every time you find yourself wanting to get dopamine from watching videos, go on Pinterest and start scrolling. You will start identifying with your dreams much more, and you'll activate something called the reticular activating system, which makes you see more of what it is that you're scrolling on, looking for. You'll see it more in reality. And that way, you'll build the habit of looking for what you want. And you will just love the calmness of just looking at things you like. Instead of feeling drained, you will feel inspired. I also wanted to add one more little lazy manifestation hack or whatever you might call it. And that is how to build your social medias when you're lazy. I can make a whole video about this, so let me know in the comment section below if you want me to make a whole video about it. If you want to build a side hustle or become famous on social media or whatever, even if you're super lazy, again, you have to be less focused on perfection and more focused on consistency. In the beginning, it's definitely going to be hard. You can't be completely lazy with this one. But if you get yourself a phone light on Amazon and you lie in bed and put a little lipstick on or something, you can literally make videos and videos and videos for days. And it doesn't matter if these videos are terrible in the beginning. It's just about learning how to make videos. Nothing is going to be perfect in the beginning, but it's just about you showing up. When I started this YouTube channel and when I started my social media, I filmed my videos on my TikTok and then I posted them on YouTube and I posted them on Instagram. And then I also filmed my YouTube videos, this one. I would film them through the TikTok app to make editing way easier. Just to make stuff be out there. Because what's really gonna set you apart is consistency way more than being perfect. People don't care if your room is a mess. People don't care if your makeup isn't perfect. People don't care if you have one hair that stands out like this. They care that you add value and you show that you're dedicated. This is the one where you can't really be lazy the same way. But you can be lazy with the fact that you're not trying to be perfect. Like literally, I don't have my nails done right now. I'm trying to write a paper, which is why I don't have my nails. But I'm not gonna stop from making a video just because things aren't perfect. It's all about consistency. And if you're someone who's constantly watching like 2 hours of shows every day, you can get in a 10-minute video. You can make 10 minutes of content if you want. You can even take one day where instead of watching 2 movies that day, you spend 30 minutes or 40 minutes making 4 videos and you can post them 4 days. That way, you're putting yourself ahead because you're literally saying, okay, I'm gonna prioritize my time. Start thinking about your time management as if it's TV show episodes. If you watch one TV show episode 45 minutes, how many videos could you make during that time? How many TikTok shorts, reels, whatever could you make during that time? How much, like, could you do some stretching during this time? Could you do some inspiration during that time? This will change everything. Try to qualify your time in like Friends episodes. Those are like 25 minutes. Instead of watching one Friends episode, you can spend those 24 minutes making a video. And then you can upload that video while you're watching another Friends episode. Lazy girl approved. Anyway, so that's how you can get the things you want, even if you're lazy. I hope these hacks make sense. And if you want a whole video on how to build social medias, even if you're super lazy, let me know in the comment section. I can also do a full one for ADHD girlies, which is also something that I would love to do. So let me know.